Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. Now for today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impressions review on the ColourPop's new released collections of bronzers, highlighters, brushes, and concealers. Now I wasn't able to get their palettes as well. I believe those are like collaborations with some beauty gurus, if I'm not mistaken. But when I ordered these stuff, all of their palettes were sold out, so that's why I wasn't able to get those things. But they do look bomb. Like, ColourPop makes really good quality eyeshadows. Like, their single shadows and everything else are so bomb, so I was really excited about that, but Mama wasn't able to get that. So I figure out I'll just focus on this, since this is something so new for ColourPop. Brushes, bronzers, highlighter, well, highlighters, they always have those, but the bronzers and the concealers were like something so new for them. So I was really excited of how these formulas turned out to be for them and for their avid customers like me. But yeah, if you wanted to know my opinions and thoughts about these new products that ColourPop released, just keep on watching. This is what I got. I got their brushes. I'm pretty sure I got all of the brushes that they released because I was so excited. And then I got 4 shades of their new concealer, and then 2 bronzers and 1 highlighter, because you can't live without highlighters. Excuse me. As you can tell, I already have my foundation on, and then I did my brows as well. So these are the concealers. I got 4 shades, and the packaging is so bomb. Like, they look so expensive and stuff. Like, you wouldn't feel like this was a cheap concealer. This concealer right here costs $6, which is the same as their lippies, I'm pretty sure. And you get 0.14 ounce of product. I'm gonna use Golden 40 for my under eye. Let me mix it with my medium 30, just because I think it's kind of dark. There. Wow, you get a lot of product just by dipping it once. Like, a lot. So that's a good thing, ColourPop. So far, so good. So we'll blend this. Now, I have no idea why I didn't blend that with their brush. Like, I'm so dumb. This is their stippling brush. I'm pretty sure this is the only stippling brush that they've released. Look what happened to the brush. I don't know. I don't know about this. Look at that. This is not pleasant looking at all. But so far, it's actually blending the concealer, because I needed to blend it out more. The Morphe brush is not working for me. It's definitely full coverage, as you can tell. After I apply the concealer, it oxidizes like so bad. The medium 30, if you would think it looks so light on me, but as you leave it through, it darkens and becomes nothing like what you would expect. Okay, so now I'm noticing some creasing. Can you see that? Like this part? It's not oily as well, so I guess that's just the problem, is you gotta set it right away. I'm gonna set it with my RCMA No Color Powder. So I'm gonna use again one of their brushes to take away the powders. Now for my Wet n Wild brushes, I didn't have that feeling where the brushes are kind of rough. I don't know why. I felt it in ColourPop's brushes. Maybe it's just me, but the stippling brush, the feeling is rough, and so it's not pleasant, but it blended and it did the job. Okay, so we're gonna get this angled brush right here, and then I'm gonna get the bronzer. Anyway, the packaging is cute, is not as glamorous as you might think. It's kind of like one of those toy foundation that you would find for kids. That's kind of the feeling for me. Although it opens up smoothly, it doesn't feel as rough as those toy mirrors, toy press powders that you would find. But again, it has a mirror. I love everything that comes with mirror. Let's take that off. Look pretty. I'm gonna use their brush. Oh, it's not powdery. I like that. I like that. And it feels like it's creamy, like it's really dense and it's really creamy. And then we will blend. It's really subtle. It's nothing like shocking pigment there. Okay, so this is definitely a bronzer that you would want to go for every time you want to do something like natural look and no makeup look. So that's that. For the bronzer, I really like it. I think it's really natural. Let me use the Afternoon Delight, which is much darker. I'm gonna use their angled brush again. Let me see if this will define it more. Oh, okay, this is much pigmented. And then after that, of course, we're gonna be using their highlighter. I'm gonna use their highlighter brush. This is another stippling brush. So this highlighter is called Boy Next Door, and it's a really pretty, whew, that's powdery. Okay. It's a really pretty golden shade. Nice, look at that. I'm naturally glowing. Surprisingly, their brushes doesn't impress me. Like, they don't have that luxurious feel to it. A lot of them are rough, but they work. Like, they blend it and they do the job. So I don't know, how do you complain with that? I really like this highlight. This really brings that glow in you. The only thing that I'm gonna say is that it's very powdery. Like, I think it's the brush more than anything. Let's try this with another brush. I'm gonna use this brush that I got from So Susan. Okay, it's the product. The product is very powdery, but with using their brush, it powderizes even more. So the brush definitely has a contribution when it comes to making it even more powderized, but I love the glow that it gave me. So next is a blush on. I'm gonna use a Milani blush on. I'm not gonna use any ColourPop blush on. And then I'm just gonna use, I think this is their face powder. Now this face brush definitely feels softer than anybody else. Their eye brushes have the same feeling as well as these face brushes, not the stippling brush. They're much nicer than the stippling brushes. They're not as rough feeling, but they're not that soft either. Okay, so I'm gonna do my eyes and I'm gonna use this Revolution palette that looks like the Kat Von D palette. Let me try to use their highlighter as a lid shade. I don't know why, I'm just feeling like it. And then make it pigmented. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? That is beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. I'm speechless. I actually like the eye brushes more than the face brushes. The eye brushes really blended the colors in my eyes and it did the job as well. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my eyes and my face, and then when I come back, we're gonna be wrapping this thing up, okay? So I just finished my look, and if you're curious about what lippy I'm wearing the Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Dazed. Anyways, I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts for these new products that ColourPop released. Let's start with the concealers. The concealers again are $6 each, which I think is really cheap for what you pay for, because they're very opaque, and it's not too thick where it's kind of heavy feeling. It's not sticky too, like some concealers that are very opaque. It tends to be like kind of sticky, but this wasn't. The concealers are not oily, they're not drying, they're just that perfect formula of in between the two. The packaging are so bomb. I really love the packaging. You won't feel as if you're buying a cheap product, but all in all, the concealers are really nice. It did creased in here when I kind of like started talking and telling you guys my thoughts about it, but I guess that's just me. I didn't set it right away, so I guess if you set it right away, it wouldn't crease as much. Next is for the brushes. Again, the brushes are not that luxurious and soft feeling as my other brushes are. Like, there's just some element to the ColourPop's brush where you would feel like roughness, a little bit of roughness through it. Like, it doesn't feel as soft as my other drugstore brushes, but it blends and it does the job. So that's why it's so confusing with this product, because like, how do you even complain if it works, if it does the job, and it's just the experience that you're not liking? You know what I mean? So that's first world problems for me. Although I wasn't really impressed with the stippling brush, because you've guys seen it, like right when I was blending the concealer, I felt like it was getting too rough, where I'm like, what on earth is happening with the brush? And the brush was deformed in a weird way. So the stippling brush are definitely rougher than the eye brushes and the face brushes. The face brushes still works, like it picks up product, it blends, and that's really all you need with a brush. Unless if it just scratches your face, then that's not good. The eye brushes, I'm really impressed. They did pick up the product and they did blend it really well. They're not as soft again as the other brushes, but they do the job. Next is the bronzers. The bronzers are really creamy. The product itself is compacted and just creamy. You won't see any powder falling off at all. It was a very clean experience, and it was very nice and subtle and just natural. So I really recommend these for everyday look. The packaging itself, it's not that luxurious again, but it's not really the packaging, it's the product itself. But it's ColourPop, you know, when it's cheap. This is $8. You get what you pay for in an amazing way. Now for the highlighter. The highlighter was bomb. Like, you can tell, it's really pigmented. It highlighted my cheekbones, and it did such an amazing job with my eyelids. I really love the highlighter. The only downside to the highlighter is that it is very powdery. Like, right when you're sweeping the product, trying to get some pigment right there to your brush, the powder is just everywhere. So those are my final thoughts. All in all, I recommend these products. I did my job for pros and cons, and what I love about them, what I don't like about them, what I'm not sure about them, and my final recommendations. Anyways, I hope this video, guys, was helpful to you when it comes to making a decision on whether to buy these products or not, and to get a good look of how these products work. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!